Yeah, and now we can just head right into anime book club.
Huh.
Love the excitement. Yeah, anime book club this week was part 5, and it was ReZero Starting Life in Another World, episodes 16 through 18. So it's 3 episodes this week. You guys can start it. I'll run at the end. Like, I know you guys had some feeling towards it.
Yeah, so episode 16 was fairly interesting because actually, before I even just get into individual episodes, I just want to talk about like in general. There's a lot of interesting relational development with Rem and Subaru, and
Guess who
yeah,
called it? I called
yeah,
this like 3 episodes ago.
I think you. Yeah, I definitely think you did. But I also said that. But it was fairly obvious though. I said it too because I was like, yo, she's definitely like the Hinata like relationship, but she's a lot more upfront with it. And it's just so crazy, like how the protagonist on every anime show will have a girl that's madly about him or her, and they're just like, nah, I want the one that don't want me. Crazy.
So who do you think he's gonna end up with? Because Naruto ended up with Hinata at the end.
Well, yeah, right. That's true. Yeah, and that's the one that he was really crazy about. I mean, that he wasn't really crazy about. She was really
until the until the war.
Yeah, right. Until the war.
I think he ends up with nobody. To be honest, I think he ends up with nobody. And I mean, just going on. I think he's gonna end up like right back at that convenience store, that gas station, like nothing ever happened. That's my prediction for how
like an elementary school writing sample, and he woke up and it was all a dream.
That's a fact. That's how I'm predicting the show ends. But in terms of the love life thing, I don't think he ends up with either Amelia, Ram, this village girl. He's not gonna end up with nobody.
Comment like, yeah, it was definitely a lot of this.
There's a lot of
episodes. This was spent a lot on building relationships and establishing things.
I mean, how episode 15 ends, like we see like the giant monster cat cut off his head, right? But then episode 16 starts off where he's kind of back at the Crush's mansion.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a little bit confused at that as to
I think they just skipped it.
Yeah,
they just skipped him.
They just skipped it.
Okay, but that episode was. I like that episode because it showed just how weak he was, and all the other candidates showed him how he was weak. Like, when he was talking to Crush, and she was like, "Nah, B, like, what's in it for me? If I help Amelia, she's automatically disqualified. If I don't help her, she's going to die."
With him.
Yep. And then Anastasia Dead just read him his rights at the table at the cafe. She was like, "Yeah, bro, I knew what you needed. You didn't know what I need, so I knew it was easy pickings for you." I was like,
but that's so bad though. Like, you can't go into a negotiation asking for things with people who are more powerful than you and not being able to offer them anything. He had nothing to offer these people. And even think about in one of the earlier episodes where he kind of used his own logic against Beatrice so that she could help him. Mm-hmm. It's just like when he's not in a position where he can offer something, it just makes him look weaker than what he actually is, even though he is fairly weak. It's very annoying, like especially when Anastasia played him, and he was like, "All right, well, I got what I needed, so I'm gonna just leave." And then everybody in the restaurant got up. I'm like,
her private guard. That was a boss move.
That was wild because I didn't even realize that.
I noticed the hoods in the background as soon as she said it. She was like, private guard, and I was like, these people, something seems afoot. They seem to all be wearing the same thing. Like, I haven't seen this shit before, but I deadass forgot most of this part.
But how about when old girl, I forget her name though.
Oh,
the one in the red. Yeah, Priscilla. She was like, "Yeah, you're gonna have to suck these toes, nigga." I was like, "Oh my gosh." Oh no. I was like, this is nonsense.
That was terrible. And he really did it. And she was like, "Nah, you gotta get up out of here because you really is just desperate."
Mad pussy.
Yeah, basically, because he was really that desperate trying to save this. Like, oh man. And I did. And going back to when he was the first girl he was talking to, he was basically saying that he just wanted revenge on the on the people without even saying that he want to save Amelia. That's why she thought like, nah, I'm not even gonna help you. Like
she was like, I believe you. You're very truthful that you believe that this cult is gonna attack, but don't seem like you actually care about saving people. It seems like you just want to kill them.
Yeah, and then he froze. He's like, he stepped forward, and then the dude is like,
Wilhelm was like, nah.
Yeah, Wilhelm.
Take a step back.
Wilhelm pulled up. He was like, yeah, sorry. He's like, sorry, geez. Nah, you can't step no closer.
Or he's like, I know we boys and all, but I can't let you do this, my man.
Like, you scaring me, bro.
Yeah,
calm down.
He said, hold on, player.
You're too close, man. You're too close.
Too close.
Like step back before I like you, but don't make me do something I'm gonna regret. Please. Please don't make me do this. That's what what's his face said too.
The
Priscilla's guard. Yeah. He was like, yo, you my man. It's like for real, I fucks with you heavy. But like if I stay out here and talk with you any longer, she actually gonna make me kill you. So like I gotta go.
Nah, he's mad funny.
I thought he was gonna be a dick at first, but nah, he's actually hilarious.
Yeah, no, I like these episodes. Just pointing out like a lot in Subaru, like pointing out all the things where it's like, huh, like it really makes you think, especially when Amelia was talking about it. Like, yo, you keep saying all these wants and all these things you want to do and stuff, but you're not explaining anything. And it was like, yeah, like you just want, and you're not making any sense. And then he was just like, nah, what are you talking about? And then this string of episodes is him realizing it.
Yeah.
That I think was some powerful shit.
Man,
And we didn't get to episode 18 yet. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But that was some real shit in that episode.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that was
going on in that episode. So yeah, on the episode 17, 17, I don't even want to like, oh bro. When
a lot happened.
Yeah, 17 was a lot to digest.
For those of you, quick recap, 17 was where you really get the extent of the white whale. Chasing him. All of a sudden no one remembers Rem. And then you got when he goes, you know what? Fuck it. I'ma just tell her. I don't care what you do to me. And they're like, all right, you don't care what happens to you. We understand you don't care about death. And then
watch what we do.
Just caressed his heart and was like, watch this. And then just off the movie like that. That was
bro. When that happened, I was on a phone, but I was actually paying attention, like to think. And this is not when I'm watching the sub version. I'm watching the dub version.
Yeah,
and I'm seeing it, and I'm like, oh, like they really kill her, bro. I was like,
that was wild.
Yeah, nah, that shit was crazy.
This is the thing. I don't remember it, like, because it's been so long since I watched the full thing. There's a lot of things that like I don't remember, like these two episodes. So like seeing that, I remember part of it. Like I remember the whale and shit, but like that shit I did not remember. So even to me, I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh yeah, it just crushes his heart, right? And then it was like, nope, it just tickled his heart, and then was like, yeah, we're just going off your girl right in front of you.
I was more surprised that he got it out. That's why I was like, what? He actually was able to say this shit? Nah, that's crazy.
Yeah. But I think what surprised me though is how calm Beatrice was about it, because she pulled up in the room. She was like, "Oh dang, Amelia's dead." But I'm not gonna. And then Subaru was like, "Can you kill me, please?" And she's like, "I ain't gonna kill you. Like you talking wild right now."
Yo, you know why Beatrice didn't kill him?
Why?
So this is my theory. I think because Beatrice really be on some real freaky witch shit. I think she's still contractually bound to him. Meaning, and if you go back to the other episodes,
witch shit?
No, I see what Miles is saying, because Subaru asked her to protect him.
Mm-hmm. And even though he died mad times, I think that she's probably the only person that actually is aware of the
return by death.
The return by death. That's my conspiracy theory. I don't know. I don't know if this is true or not. I honestly,
that's an interesting theory.
Yeah, because she's not really in the show very often. Well, at least like up to episode 18, but she kind of comes in and out as she pleases. However, it's like whenever she comes in, she kind of leaves these very subtle hints as to like with Subaru, like
that she knows what's going on.
Exactly, and it's I'm very suspect of it. Like, because obviously the reason why Subaru came back to the castle was because to, save Amelia and all of them of trouble, or to not even just that, but to get revenge on the one dude. I think the reason why they sent her out is because, remember when Beatrice sent them in that like little that little wormhole thing, and then they was outside, and then the all the people came through. Yeah, like they probably sent all of them out just because like she has to know what's up, and that's what ended up leading to Puck going full out Gara in the tuning exam type shit, bugging.
I don't know. That's a really interesting theory. My thing is, I do believe she exists outside of space and time. I never put that together as the reason why she didn't kill him, though. But I just think she actually cares about him and doesn't really care that much about Amelia. So I feel like she actually is just like, yo, like I know that he's a genuine person, even though he's annoying, and I just can't like bear to do it.
Right.
And I think she did just kind of drop him off in the forest. And as we know, the witch's cult was in the forest anyway, and they can smell that the witch's smell is on Subaru. We do know that.
Right.
But yeah, that does lead us right into the whole episode 18. Puck's final form, and just sobering realizations of Subaru. Oh, also you get to see the extent of Beetlejuice's power.
Yeah, nah. Oh, and the fact that that Subaru could actually see his hands.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's the only one that can see the hands,
which makes sense because remember when they was talking about like the mana and all of that, and like he has the shadow joint, and that how the shadow one is like mad uncommon. That was like I was like, oh, all right, I was like, okay, there it is. He's actually useful for something.
Yeah, seeing the freaking types in the hands.
Yeah,
but no, yeah, that, and then I think the funniest thing about the Puck interaction was like after he goes, yo, like you failed, you didn't, like you broke the promise, you broke the second promise, and then you let her die. And he was like, and now I have to destroy the world. Like he's like, that's her deal. Amelia's
destroy
dead.
us all.
Exactly. He's like, Amelia's dead, so gotta kill everybody.
My man Puck is loyal as hell. He was like, yo, there's really no purpose in me living anymore of my existence
This world
anymore. Yeah, of this world. So I'm just gonna kill everything. I'm like, dang.
And honestly, it's wild because then there's another thing where it's literally when Beetlejuice tries to kill him and he goes, oh, this is nothing. Like the witch needed all this shit. So it's like Puck fought the witch, and is Amelia actually, like, she might actually be connected to the real witch for real if Puck's with her and Puck is contracted to be with her if anything happens that he has to destroy the world. So that's another thing that I never really picked up in the first time I watched it. The other times where it's like rewatching it now fully, it's like, yo, like that little shit they slid in there. Like if Puck fought the witch and the witch, I guess, defeated him and had him turned into that, because even when Beatrice was like, oh, he's dead, but Puck's not dead. He's just returning to his normal form. Like, that's interesting. So maybe after all, Amelia is actually related, but she's like that typical character and shit where it's like, oh man, it's the one good child from a bad parent. But yeah, that was pretty wild. And then well, do you guys have any comments on that before we go into the part of episode 8?
Nah. I mean, hey, John, you basically covered it all on 18. I'm trying to think. And
no. And on that Puck part, because 18.
Oh, bro. Oh, and the Puck joint. Oh, before we go into 18. Oh, no, bro.
18 was the conversation on the rooftop.
Oh my God. JT, I need Uncle Justin to really talk about it.
You need me to break it down? All right, I got you.
Yeah, let's get just a recap.
So. All right, but all right, real quick though, did you guys notice how Puck said the same thing that I know you said Beetlejuice. Is that the Japanese translation of Petula Geese?
Or are
you just calling up Beetlejuice? Oh, okay. But
It sounds like he's saying Beetlejuice. That's what it sounds like. So I'm just saying Beetlejuice.
Did you notice that Puck called Subaru slothful?
Oh yeah, he low key did.
He said
I thought
right before he
Oh
like
no, you're right.
froze Subaru and like cracked him in half or whatever, like broke
Oh,
off. He was
that
like
also
you being slothful.
you're right. That also reminded me, and that can lead to another connection to the witch that might be there. Is after Puck is like, oh shit, the fog's coming. That's gonna bring another one. I guess I gotta go. And he goes, he's like, yeah, I think they're calling the white whale, but that's just gluttony. So if we know that the archbishops are things that are relevant to the witch are done from the 7 deadly sins,
right?
We have sloth there. Puck might be something. Now we know that the white whale is relevant, and it's another mob beast or beast or whatever, and that's supposed to be gluttony. So pretty wild. But yeah. Before we break it down, let's get that Uncle Justin recap of that conversation on the rooftop.
Yeah. So pretty much it was. Subaru was like, yeah, run away with me, Rem. And Rem was like, yeah, I hear all that, but if we leave, you're gonna be a different person. Like the person I like now is like he won't exist. Once we leave, it'll be a totally different person. I like the you that's here, that's like kind of like motivated or whatever, like that. All right. Then she drops the bomb to some people, not me, because I knew how she was feeling. She was like, yeah, I envisioned us, moving away together, having a house, and she broke it down mad quick. Like she was like, yeah, we're gonna live in like 3 different places. We live in like 3 different places before. Then she was like, it's embarrassing to say, but I thought you was gonna, this is I'm speaking in Rem's words. She was like, yeah, thought you was gonna clap the cheeks, quite a few times, give us like, 3 or 4 kids. They're gonna be half demon, half human, but that's all right. And all this stuff. And it was like, dang. And she was like, yeah, I'm gonna die first, and it's gonna be mad beautiful. I'm like, damn. I'm sitting there like, damn, Rem, that's some deep shit. Like, you got me feeling like I should just jump through the TV right now. I'm gonna save you.
Shit, make you want to marry Rem right there,
right? And then it got deep. Then it just went into how Subaru was just berating the crap. I'd never seen such self-loathing. Oh my gosh, like it was a totally new low. Like I've never seen anybody tear themselves to shreds the way that he did. And you know what's crazy? It all made sense. How like the whole thing with him doing all this stuff was just mad fake. Like him when he was doing the practicing his swordsmanship with Wilhelm, he was like, yeah, I wasn't trying to actually get strong. I was just trying to trick myself into thinking I was doing something because I want results, but I don't want to actually do it. I want to talk about it, but I'm not actually going to do it. And I'm going to trick myself into thinking I'm going to do it, but I'm not. And I was like, dang, that's wild. But he's absolutely right. Because this man don't be doing nothing. Yep. Absolutely nothing. He just be getting in the way sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah, all the times. The only thing he really did good was save the villagers.
He might be more useless than Sakura.
But I mean, he is, because at least Sakura,
at least Sakura people.
Yeah, and she kept Naruto alive, like long enough for
him to get to the point where he was like,
yeah,
my son Subaru is more useless than Sakura. It was wild.
That's almost more useful. I mean, he might be almost as useless as Kiba. Kiba trash. Kiba, like every time Kiba on the screen, I'm like, yo, get this off the screen. My gosh, nobody cares about your rivalry, Naruto.
My son just got puppies. Everybody love puppies.
That's what I'm saying. People fucks with Akamaru more than do Kiba. Like, but
Akamaru.
But I digress. Yeah, that self-pity thing was crazy. Rem giving her heart to him, basically. But the craziest part about the whole thing is he was just like, all right, look, that's all good and all. I appreciate you wanting a future with me, but my heart still belongs to Amelia. For whatever godforsaken reason.
Nice. My son really just said, she's like, hey, pour this heart out. She poured her whole heart out. He went, "Hey, Rem, I love Amelia." Just like that. That's it. Period. Full stop.
That's fucked up. And then they like continually casually to speak after that. Yeah, nah. I don't know. Honestly, it's good that like they got to the point where they developed Rem's character all the way from the point where she was really trying to kill him up until the point where they developed the relationship and like she gained the trust in him and saw that he's a hero more so than anybody else can because
Including us as a viewer.
oh exactly yeah I was just about to say because even us we watch Super and we're like yo he's the worst anime protagonist at least through 18 episodes that probably we've all ever seen because he just hasn't progressed where we would think that he'd be at. He's just not there yet. And you know, for all I know, it could be coming. But I think she sees his heroics as more so of him being himself and being honest and being brave, and even what he did for the village and how he goes out of his way to help other people. But I think because we just see him as being unsuccessful doing so, we're just like, yeah, he's trash.
I get that.
Yo, doesn't it kind of almost seem like it just feels like, I don't know about you guys, it feels like almost like a debt of gratitude because she said, "Oh yeah, you're my hero. You saved me in the forest and like you know, were the only one that kind of like believed in me, blah blah blah." And it's like, all right, like I get that, but there's nothing that he's really done. Like maybe she just admires his like courage or his facade of courageousness. You know, maybe she just likes the idea, the not actually Subaru, but the idea that Subaru, I guess, revolves around. Because she said like about her icy heart, you know, how it was like that, you know, after the death of her parents and after, you know, the sister lost the horn, and Subaru was the only one that has broken that icy heart, whatever, is how she actually cares about someone other than, you know, her sister. But it's just, I don't know, it just, her reasoning behind liking Subaru seems a little like kind of weird. I mean, I get it. Maybe it seems almost like a worship almost, if that kind of makes sense.
My thing about that is I feel like you're looking at it the wrong way because it's like if you gotta think if you have someone who never really cared about their own life and then one person actually was like, "Hey, like you're important too. You should like you matter and I care about your life." So like come on, like just, you know, care about yourself a little more and then in the future, you know, we can actually like talk about it, you know, we can talk about what your life could be and not just what it is right now. So I feel like to someone who had nothing, that's pretty big. So I feel like you it sounds like at least that you might be downplaying the effect that you think that would have on someone.
Possibly. It's very, that whole scene was just a lot of emotions going
Bro,
on.
that shit was deep.
It was
And like
wild.
me watching that shit, bro.
You know shit get real in anime when it's like, yo, I'm talking about a conversation. When it's mainly the whole episode, them just talking.
Mhm.
Bro, I
Really,
was in my bag watching that scene.
yeah, I was like,
Because to be honest, when he was describing himself, about to get deep on y'all a little bit, you know, I'd be depressed and shit sometimes. But yeah, no, like literally like when he was describing himself and the way he was like looking at him and just summing up the way he like the things that he's done up till now. Just first, like from an anime standpoint, him coming to terms with the fact that everything that all the other candidates said to him was being true, including what Amelia said about him just wanting him being really selfish about the situation and trying to make it seem like it's for other people, like shit like that self-realization from like just as if you were watching that shit was dope when it's like you have a protagonist actually have those like weaker points in that and it's not just oh man I'm losing a battle or some shit, it's like an introspective reflective weak point. That's something that I feel like you don't see that often outside of it's like oh man I've been trying like really hard one way and it's just not working.
yeah,
So I feel like that, but then also like I said, like just like personal note, like just the way he was talking about it was like, yo, like everything I'm doing, like what am I really doing? Like all this time I spent doing nothing. And
Right.
that's all I am. Like I could have been doing so much other shit. And now that I feel like I have a chance to do something else, I'm just so stuck in my ways of just being nothing that it's like, I'm going to pick things up and I'm going to make it seem like I'm actually committing or I'm actually doing something. In reality, I'm just trying to, like you said, like in reality, I'm just trying to fool myself into actually doing something. So like, to me, that like I literally texted Ari after and I was like, yo, like, should watch this scene because I'd be feeling like not to the exact extent, but I was like, I'd be feeling like this sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's hard to explain. And it's times where I've literally like, you know, texted her and been like, hey, like I'm just off right now. Like I can't explain it. Like, and just seeing that shit is just like, wow, like that part of it sums it up pretty well.
I think that's a good thing with Subaru. For as much as I always say, like he sucks as a protagonist, and this is relative to other animes, so don't think that I'm just saying he sucks just because he's very humane and he's a very relatable character when it comes to like actual human life and characteristics. Like his courage and the way that he goes about certain things is very like relatable to you know to us on a day-to-day as to like how you could go about certain situations. Kind of what JT was saying, like that self-loathing, that kind of realization of how he isn't the strongest character. Those are very humane characteristics. So I think that even though he lacks in, you know, regular protagonist strength, his main
Traditional character.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he's a very untraditional protagonist, but I kind of fuck with it just to a degree that like he's more human than the rest of them. Like I could relate more to him than I could to like Yusuke or freaking Naruto or I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, but you get the point.
Ryan Arnold said that to me too. Like I remember when I was talking to him about it, like the first time I was watching it, and I was just like, yo, like I was just yo, like I wanna see Subaru become like this amazing hero or whatever. And he was just like, but so far, like, you know, his power might just be being normal.
Just being human.
Yeah, just being normal, and then being normal in these situations that would require someone extraordinary and pulling through. You know what I mean? Like all the situations he's been in so far that he's actually made it through. Like he didn't do anything special to make it through. He just, you know, thought it out, figured it out, and then winged it, and almost died a bunch of times, and then did die a bunch of times, and it's trial and error, and it's like, you know, expectable human nature.
There is a very human element to this show that's unlike any other, at least in like the few animes that I've watched. There's a very it is a more relatable, you know, aspect to it. Like it's not like you have like, I mean, yeah, it's a land where like you have like spirits and like crazy things happening, but it's not on like the character development and like what the characters go through is different from everything else. Like, you know, in other ones, it's like, oh, I don't know if I have the strength to beat this guy because my jutsu isn't there, or like my raw strength isn't there. Nah, like this one is actually like talking about like the mental fortitude to carry on, and you know, doing this and just dealing with the fact that this guy, he's died like
It being easy to give up.
Yeah, 15, 20 times. And like, yeah, that when they were talking about the fact that like, oh, you think it's easy for me to give up? Like, no, I want to keep trying. I want to keep trying. But something in me is just like, nah, I can't do this anymore. I can't keep trying. I can't keep pushing myself to do this because nothing ever changes. No matter how hard he tries, people always end up dying, whether it's in 1 day, 2 days, or if he makes it to 6 days. At the end of the day, somebody's getting killed.
Yeah.
But this should be interesting into episode 19. Should be very, very interesting. I just don't understand why this guy loves Amelia so much. Like she has literally just because she saved him from getting beat up by some punk thugs. Like really, that's what makes you fall in love? Because by that logic, Priscilla should be madly in love with Subaru for intervening in the alleyway. I just don't. I really just don't understand like where that love and admiration for Amelia comes from with him.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Exactly, because like, and if you think about it, Rem got the bigger chest anyway, so it's like I don't know. What are we doing? What are we doing?
And Rem actually loves him.
But it's always completely irrational when it comes to anime, though. So I'm not.
Isn't love completely irrational as well?
Well, on that note, it's like,
You know what's crazy? Was it just me, or did I thought at the end, like when they hug, I thought Rem was actually just gonna like kiss him. That's what I thought was gonna happen. But no,
Nah,
it
she's too
didn't.
soft. She did kiss his forehead though. At
He
one
kissed the
point.
forehead. I mean, yeah, it's just a forehead kiss.
sucker.
All right, guys. So that's a good place to stop for sure. Yeah, so for next episode, the next part of Anime Book Club, which will be part 6, just do episodes 19 through 22. I feel like that's the best place to stop there. And then we can just run right through the end after that. So only 2 more weeks left of ReZero.
Let me shed a tear real quick.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I hope it'll end up in your top 5s as well.
Just might. It's debatable.
All right, guys. Yeah, that's it, man. Another episode. Sarutobi Sports Pod, episode 6 in the books. Anime Book Club Part 5 completed. Hope you guys enjoyed. It's been fun. We're tired.
Always a pleasure.
Burning the midnight oil as usual.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Always look forward to this part of my week.
Yep.
And
never even thought about that.
Yeah, catch us on Sarutobi Sports Pod everywhere. Instagram, Twitter. Still working on getting us up on more streaming platforms. We are up on a bunch of good ones. Check out the YouTube channel. That's updated. It's gonna keep being updated with the new stuff. It's cut into clips, little bite-sized chunks, so it's definitely easier to share that way. So if you do enjoy it, let us know. Give us feedback. Share. Yeah, I think that's it. Follow me, Twitter at Offended Narwhal. Yeah, guys.
You already know. Just go follow Sarutobi Sports.
Yeah, what he said. I'm trying this humble thing for a little bit, see how that goes.
Wow. Justin, I'm so proud of you.
I'm just trying to make everybody proud.
Yeah.
Man, if y'all just saying go follow Sarutobi Sports, I might as well just in the podcast and tell y'all to sign out.
Whoa. Let's not get too hasty. I mean,
Signing out. Sarutobi Sports Pod here. Humble JT. Miles Francesa.